Hey Patty in Joshua Tree, California. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I take out the original heavy glass lenses out of a Rayban 3016, which is the Clubmaster. This is color W0365 in the 51 eye size, and I'm going to take out the original heavy glass G15 lenses. Of course, this is your Rayban case, your Rayban cleaning cloth with some junk mail, because you just don't get enough in your in your mailbox, so they put them in your eyeglass case now. But you're going to get all the original manufacturer's packaging, including the little plastic sleeve that goes over the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. But you will be getting all of that. But I am going to cut, and let me show you what I've done. I started with a pair of clear lenses, and I have been tinting these. Let me clean everything off here. I have done a gray gradient tint on your lenses so you can wear these both day and night to protect you from the sun. I'm going to dry these off real quick. And before I began, I actually put 3 red dots on your lenses so I know where to orient them in the machine so that gradient tint comes out perfectly. Dry everything off here. Now, these are your lightweight unbreakable lenses that I'm going to put in here. But first I need to take out the heavy glass lenses, and this is a Phillips head screwdriver. So I'm going to use my red handle one and do the lefty-loosey, and I'm going to hold that over the tray in case any of the screws fall out. I can catch them before they go anywhere. That is a heavy glass lens. Let me take that out. I'm going to tighten the screw back. I don't need the large blade. Let me flip that around. Do the same thing now for the other lens. I'm going to loosen that screw just enough where I can pop out the glass lens and put in a much safer and a much lighter lens. But I'm going to take your Italian frame, put it into the tracing element of my edger, and hit trace. The first thing that happen is the stylus is going to pop up, and it's going to trace the shape of the right side of the frame before moving over and tracing the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy genuine, authentic Ray-Ban frame, and you receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses, or in your case, non-prescription fashion lenses. And of course, my receipts have my federal ID tax number on there, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will be reimbursed for your purchase. And just a moment, your lens shape will pop up onto the computer. And come on, pop up. There we have it. That's a very magnified version. Let me shrink that down to the real size. That green line is the actual shape. I always enlarge it. Now this is a block. This is, I like to call it Jenny from the block. This is what's going to be attached to your lens while it is cutting inside the machine. So I need a double-sided adhesive sticker. The bright green side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto the block. Let me grab a second one, do the same thing here. Now, the little silver button is a magnet. That's what's going to hold it in place in this arm. I'm going to take this piece of paper off to expose the green sticky side. I'm going to place that in there. Let me grab one of your lenses. It doesn't matter if this is the right or the left. But, where'd my stylus go? I put those 3 dots on there. Hopefully you can see those 3 dots, but when you put them on the screen, it just shows I can get it level so the gradient is not tilted, because with a non-prescription lens it could go in there just about any way. So I'm going to get this oriented just perfect. Don't worry about that. That's just a little dust on your lens, which will be cut off in just a moment. So I hit this button, the arm comes down and places the block onto the lens. I'm going to do the same thing now for the left lens, or the right. It really doesn't matter since these are non-prescription. It's very faint, but I can still see that dot. And where did that second block go? Here it is. Pull the paper away to make it nice and green and sticky. Hit that button, the arm will come down and place the block onto the lens. And that guarantees I will have the gradient mark in the same place on the lens so it's even in both eyes. But I'm going to go ahead and pull the shape up onto the edger. This is $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and get one. Set it on your kitchen counter. You can cut lenses at home. You won't need me anymore. But these are polycarb lenses. I do not need to cut them on the soft cycle, and I will not be polishing the lenses, so I'm going to place it in. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. That's what's going to grind away your lens material. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper. This wheel in the center that has a little channel on there, that little valley, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel so it fits inside the frame. This last one is a cutting wheel, a polishing wheel, which we will not be using. But I'm going to place, there's that little sticker. I'm going to place the magnet which holds it in place. Hit the green arrow start button, a door closes, a clamp shuts, and then 2 white calipers are going to come down, and as the lens rotates, it's going to trace the shape of the right side of the lens to know exactly which shape to cut, measuring the thickness of the lens as it goes all the way around to know exactly where to place the bevel so it will fit best inside the frame. If these were strong prescription lenses, I can move the bevel backwards or I can move it forward so it would fit best inside the frame. It has now touched down onto the cutting wheel. Now, this is the Rayban 3016 Clubmaster, and the color is W0365 in the 51 eye size. Originally, I had ordered the 49 eye size, which is slightly smaller. If I were to take one of your lenses out and hold it up, you would see that it is bigger than the frame itself. But you had requested the 51 eye size, so I ordered a second one. Come on, Rayban, pay attention. But it's okay, I can keep that, I can sell it. But this is the classic black and gold. This is the Clubmaster, originally invented in the 60s. In fact, part of that junk mail that's in this book here will tell us about it. The icons. The aviator, the shooter, the outdoorsman, which is like the aviator, but it has the cable temples holding it on. The original wayfarer, the caravan, the Olympian, the Ballerama, the Clubmaster. Here we go. It was 1937, the invention of cool. Then 1986 was the year it matured. Drawing inspiration from previous styles, the Clubmaster redefined retro with its simple and straightforward design, instantly making itself the official sponsor of culture. Of course, I don't think mine is in here. Of course, this talks about other ones. Mine is the new Wayfarer that I am wearing. It is model number 2132, and the color I'm wearing is the 6012, which is tortoise and beige. So let me pop the lens out. Grab that again, because I'm going to need to dry your lens off so it's not slippery. And I want to loosen the eye wire screw again. Just enough where I can pop this in there. There we go. And now I'm going to tighten that screw back. And I'm going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Let's go ahead and place this into the machine. Flip that over to L and then hit start. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens moves up, and then 2 white calipers will come together, and it's going to trace the left side of the frame to know exactly which shape to cut. The wheel down at the bottom is going to move over, and the lens is going to drop down onto the cutting wheel. And as soon as it does, I am going to keep working on your right lens. How's that for the little ring? So your lens is completely flat now, like a nickel. I could take it up and it would stand on its own on the counter. Now it's getting the V-shaped bevel cut onto the lens. It's a knife-like edge, a very dull knife like me, but a knife-like edge nonetheless. And if you notice, your lens is cutting dry until that moment where water begins spraying. Polycarbonate, which is unbreakable and bulletproof up to 22 caliber. It also has both UVA and UVB protection. Unlike the lotions, sprays, and creams you have to reapply when you go to the beach, this UV protection is permanent. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so this is permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Now a safety bevel is being applied to both the front surface and the rear surface of the lens. And I can go ahead and remove this block. Take this sticker off. And if I hold it over white, you can see the gradient where it's darker at the top and then fades to clear at the bottom. The door will open. When it is done, I hit the button to release the clamp. Dry your lens off, and let's go ahead and get your left lens mounted into the frame. Lefty loosey. I do not take it out all the way so the screw is not tempted to bounce away and get lost. That's always embarrassing when you have to get on your hands and knees and look for the screw. So I don't back it out enough for it to ever have to do that. Okay, that is tightened up. Let's go ahead and remove the block from your left lens. Remove the sticker. Dry everything off. I want to get a tissue and clean all the red dots off that I put on there, so I knew that everything would be oriented just perfectly. And of course, when I hold this up over a piece of paper, you can see how it's dark at the top and then fades to clear. That is a gradient tint. Now, I also like to mention to everyone, apart from the free shipping anywhere in the United States, that when you do receive these in the mail, there's a small chance these will be too loose or too tight on you, but there's an 80% chance that they will not sit level, that one side will be higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other, and that's the reason that 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take my glasses off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I flip them over, press down, there is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure, whoa, that they overlap perfectly, and they do, that they're not askew in any way. Test to make sure there's the same amount of tension on each hinge, and there is. And of course, you've got the triple barrel hinge on here. My glasses have a single barrel hinge. If you think of them like a belt loop with another one coming through, you have a screw going through the center that holds it. There's only one barrel on my frame, but you have the triple barrel, which is a very strong hinge designed by Rayban with 2 rivets on each side. And of course, the back side of the rivet is also known as the shield. That's what's on the front. That is a vintage look that Rayban puts on there, as well as the oblong shaped nose pads held on their bayonet style. And of course, this is again the Rayban 3016 Clubmaster. The color is 3065. It's available in a few colors in 2 sizes, the 51 size and the 49 slightly smaller size. But that's that. If anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Patti in Joshua Tree, California, I hope you enjoyed watching as I made your glasses for you, and hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.